I had to do this intro like 2 times, bro. I don't know why. But how we feeling, chat? How y'all doing? Y'all may see me in this. I'm about to go to work in literally like an hour. I just wanted to come here and make a little video because I haven't made a video in a long time. You know, I didn't give y'all a life update. I didn't give y'all, nothing. So it's like I'm gatekeeping it. I don't want to gatekeep y'all. Y'all like my family. So, you know what I'm saying? I come here, I talk to myself. You know, people respond, people view. You know, people comment, people like it happens. You know what I'm saying? It's all about growth and progression. But I'm on here and I want to talk about like the importance of trading that people don't really like to talk about, and it's mental health. It's really mental health. So I wanted to come on here, show you obviously how my trades have been going. I've been back testing. This is like a new model and something that I've realized when I'm trading into the market. So when I'm looking at the market now, I look at it from the same standpoint that I used to, you know, in terms of liquidity, in terms of understanding where the market is looking to go. But beforehand, I used to trade IFEGs and do all them type of things. Then I started doing standard deviation and fib retracements. But now I've created more of a refurbished model similar to Powell's, but I've done more of a refurbished way. I don't really use standard deviation as much. I could use it as a tool, but I don't use it as a confluence as I used to when it came to my trading. I used to think that was the end all be all, and I thought that was the method. This is like, you know, that little effect that when you start going into trading, you think you got the method, and then right after you have that little method, when you start making bread, you probably pass some accounts, you probably get a payout. Who knows? Luck goes crazy when it comes to first getting into trading. It happens, you know what I'm saying? Because you start to feel that feeling that it's really worth it. Then right after, it just goes in a straight decline. Why is that? Because you're now learning about the market. And yes, it took me a little minute to really understand, but nothing about the market has to do with strategy. Nothing about them, and I know people reiterate this, but I feel like people don't grasp this information. Nothing about the market requires a strategy. It more so requires discretion and understanding bias and understanding movement and understanding where the flow of the market, because the market moves in 3 ways: accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Remember that. We like to accumulate a lot. We could do it on a daily. We could do it in sessions like Asia, London, New York. Sometimes we could do it in one session, but it happens, and then we manipulate, and manipulation could happen for a long time too, and then distribution could be the same way. It happens, and you're not going to know everything. You're not going to walk into trading. You could be doing this for 5 to 10 years. You could be doing this for a year, a couple months. You're not going to walk into trading knowing everything, ever. Just simplify the shit that you like, simplify the shit that you adapt to, and stick to it. So I'm gonna really get into it because I've been yapping for a little minute, but we gonna jump straight into it. I'm gonna show you guys the new model. I'm gonna show you guys what I basically look for. I'm not showing you my model. I'm gatekeeping that shit from everybody on the internet, because one thing I peep, whenever I show my model, why isn't my model never works the next week? You know? So let's jump straight into it. I'm gonna show you guys what I look for in the day-to-day in terms of trading. I've been back testing my model. What I've realized, I've been taking bullshit trades because I hate back testing. It's not really my type of speed. But I've taken, like, when I first start off trading, like when I first go into the market, I went into March this time, you know. And one thing I've realized is my model works throughout any month. Any month. It's not IFEGs. We use fair value gaps. We use things like that for higher time frames, ICT concepts for higher time frames. But for entry points, I more so use rejection blocks. And wow, you know, like, crazy news. I know everybody uses that, but it's different. My shit's completely different. You see here, I have a 44% win rate. This isn't true. The only reason why I'm saying this isn't true is because I have been taking bullshit ass trades. I promise I've been taking bullshit ass trades. Whenever you see a real trade, just know it's me risking $1,000. So right here, that's a real trade. Right here, that's probably a break even. That was my first trade that I took. Rest of the trades, loss right here, loss right here, loss right here. Bullshit ass trade that I took, loss right here. Then I started just changing the risk around. So I lost 17, and then I won 19 right after. Won 4,000, 66, lost 5,000. Bullshit trade. Right here, then I lost these two, and I made that. So roughly, if I could do an estimate of if I'm taking these trades, because I've been actually taking like these trades in the month of August, but not as bullshit, because back testing, I don't really feel like back testing helps a lot I feel like back testing is just a way to test out your model, to verify and also build confidence. Because I'm not gonna lie, back testing builds confidence. When I'm at work, I back test because it's like I want to build confidence in the market. Because when I take trades, I do be taking trades, and I'm not gonna hold you, I be having the craziest reactions. I could put that shit in the video right now. That's for another time. So yeah, when it comes to like my trades that I've been taking for the month of August, I do have to put in a short that I won, but I recorded that one, so it doesn't even matter. When it comes to this one, this was my first trade that I took right here, and you're gonna be like, damn, Jamal, this is a pretty good execution. It was very good execution, very clean execution. One thing that I do have to mention is I wasn't even taking my rejection block trade here. I did not start doing that until after, because that's when I started to solidify it, because I wasn't as confident. But I started off trading here. I waited for price to tap back in. We tapped back into this IFEG because I was very confident in the shorts lower. We tapped into this rejection block up here, and then market started to displace lower. One thing I realized is the way I trade and the way my model is, I roughly go for a 3.76 RR, and I feel like that's suitable for me because I'm risking like what, 200, and I'm making roughly 700, sometimes 800 in return. You know what I'm saying? So depending on the trade, it looks good, and I feel like that simplifies and makes it more comfortable for me because I was always struggling with my risk. When I was trading IFEGs and I was getting payouts, cool, yeah, I got payouts, but my risk wasn't there because I'd risk 500 to just make 500. Why would I risk that? At that time, nigga, I wasn't even making that from the check. You think I want to risk 500 just to make 500 back? Nah. So now I've built a system to where, like, regardless of how much I'm making at my jobs, I still feel comfortable with this risk. And one thing I advise, get a fucking job. Get a job. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, some people get lucky. Yes, some people do strive for excellence. And yes, some people could be more advanced than others. Not everybody in this trading shit is advanced. Not everybody in here. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm going to hold your hand while I say this. Consistency beats any form of talent or luck. Stay consistent. Find something that works for you and get a fucking job, because getting a job is going to help you relieve that stress, so you know when you're going into the market, you're like, all right, cool. I don't have to worry so much about this because I know I'm going to probably get paid on Thursday, Friday, or maybe next week, Tuesday. So you're good, and then you could probably reinvest into more accounts. Just build that type of mental clarity. You see how it all connects back to the mental? So yeah, this was the first trade that I took, right? Obviously this was a break even, and this is when I wasn't confident because right then and here, after this point, market came down straight to my TP. Straight to my TP. I said bad market conditions. It wasn't the best. We were very choppy, but it went straight to my TP. Had I been confident enough in my strategy, it would have led to that point. See how it all connects back to the mental clarity? Because if it wasn't for my mindset, if it wasn't for how I was thinking, I wouldn't have made that decision to just close the trade or go break even so early, knowing my break even could have honestly been right here. You see how it didn't even touch my break even? And I just immediately said, fuck it, let me go. So after this point, this is when I said, all right, cool. Instead of me trying to go for the largest moves, why don't I just read the market, see where the market is going, understand why the market is doing what it's doing, look to the left, and that's the most important thing here. Look to the left. What do we see here? A 3-minute gap. We would trace back in, rejection block, skyrocket to the high. You know what I'm saying? This was a loss that I took, which was on me. And this was after, I think this was Asia session when I took this trade, and that's fine. This was the Asia session. Literally, it was the Asia session that pushed price up that point. But yeah, you see that? Right here, I took another loss. I was looking to go long, but I went long very early. Then I took a win with the 10 a.m. One thing that I realized, do not mind my girlfriend. She was talking about something different. But when it comes to trading, you have to be aware that you're going to lose. It's inevitable. You're not going to have the best win rate. You're not going to have the best strategy. You're not going to have none of that. You're going to have months where you lose. You're going to have times where you're frustrated. I was so frustrated last month and the month prior because I kept constantly losing. I could show you how many losses I had, but I might cry myself watching this. So I don't even want to do that to myself. I'm trying to go to work happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to work happy. I'm not trying to go to work knowing that, damn, like I really just blew all these accounts in the month of July or the month of May, June, whatever. I'm good. So let's stay good. This was the last trade that I took. This was on Friday. Usually Fridays aren't the best trading days because there's a lot of manipulation, but this was a very clean execution for me. First, I was looking to go short into the market. The reason I decided to go long was because we had an unfilled 1 hour below. I wanted to see price go up, and also the 1 hour was respected with how my fib retracement level, and then I wanted to see price go up higher. So what I've been trying to say is, regardless of how my trades have been, regardless of what I've been doing, the most important thing that you need to be aware of when it comes to trading is your mindset. Because if you're not walking in level-headed, if you're not walking in clear with a sharp mindset, knowing that you're accurately looking, and I mean accurately, and what I mean by accurately is you're not paying attention. You need to actively be looking at every time frame, because every time frame has something for you. Don't just sit on the 5 minute and think, okay, that's the 5 minute. Don't just sit on the 3 minute. Don't sit on the one. Definitely don't sit on the fucking 1 minute. If you're sitting on the 1 minute, you got to be a scalper, and that's fine. But for more so people here, they're more so intraday day traders. They're type of people, and I would assume they're the type of people that are looking from every single time frame that I have right here. You have to actively look at that, because you could miss something that could eventually lead to your trade, and then it ends up running without you. And then guess what? You're going to want to FOMO in, because now your trade goes on without you. And once again, mindset thing. You can't allow that to get to you. Mindset is everything in trading. Your mental health is everything in trading. Because if you're walking in and you're not level-headed, you're living in a toxic environment, things could happen. And everybody's situation is different. I understand that. But I ain't gonna lie to you. If that's the case, you're gonna have to sit that one out, champ. Because you need to be in a clear, composed, you need to be poised when you're trading. You need to be. I overreact all the time when I'm trading. All the time. It happens. It happens. The same trade that I just took, I came back and I shouted, I screamed. My cousin was right next to me when that happened. I shouldn't have done that, because now it's like I'm letting all that dopamine get to me. Why am I letting dopamine get to me? Trading should be boring. And I said this in my last video when I blew my funded. Now granted, we're coming back. We've been moving pretty consistently. I'm not going to lie. On my Traderify, we've been moving very consistently. We've been elevating time and time again. But at the end of the day, it's like, I just wanted to come on here and elaborate more so on why mental health matters, because not a lot of people like to speak on that. So yeah, man, like I enjoy doing these yap sessions. Like it's just like me talking to myself, so I can always give myself that reminder. And to anyone out there that feels that way too, anyone out there that feels like they feel discouraged, they feel like something's deteriorating them, it's probably just your mental health. It's probably just your mindset. It's probably the way you think. Could potentially be your living environment. It could be your conditions. It could be what's going on in your life that you're not seeing, because we're so conditioned to a lot of things that we go through every single day. We're not seeing the bigger picture. What's blocking my blessings? You never know. So yeah, when it comes to trading, I obviously always look to the left, and I try to create a narrative on what's going on, how price is moving, how the bars are moving, how the wicks are moving, everything. And I believe I'm going to see success. I know I am. From this point on, after this point, from what I've built, what I've created, I will succeed. I will see success in my trading. There's no one else that's going to bring me down. No one. People could wish bad on me. People could, all types of things. It happens. It's life. People don't want to see you win. And that's something that's crazy, because imagine, not wanting to see somebody win. A lot of people in this world want you to be just as complacent as them, so they could feel content with themselves, knowing that you're on the same level as them. Why do they do that? The world may never know. Envy. And that's one of the 7 deadly sins that they talk about in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm posting the video today while I'm listening to Nobody Greater by Vashawn Mitchell with my Jesus ring on. You know what I'm saying? In my cross chain right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, important things. You know what I'm saying? Important things. But I'm not going to flex too much. God is great. But I just wanted to make this video right here to show you guys that the importance of trading, the importance of your mental health, and the fact that a strategy doesn't even matter. A strategy is not going to get you to the top. Nothing is, but your mental health. How you think matters more. Staying consistent and not using motivation to build your trading, and more so using discipline. Because if you use motivation, motivation always comes to a halt. Discipline conquers motivation completely. Because when you're disciplined, you know it's a routine. It's something that you have to do every single time. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to come on here, talk a little bit, probably do a little trade recap. Hopefully when I pass my account, God willingly, I know I am, because I'm gonna stay disciplined. I'm gonna hold myself accountable going into this next following week. So when I pass my account, and we get the balls rolling again. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the trade that I took to pass that account. It will be an A+ setup, and I will show you guys that it will be an A+ setup. And yeah, you know what I'm saying, I will explain it, but I will not gatekeep all the sauce. I will not gatekeep all the sauce. Just remember that the market loves to manipulate. This ain't no manipulation you could do with your girlfriend, boyfriend. No, this is like Eisen level, light level from Detno. If you know ball, this is that type of manipulation. The market loves to manipulate because they know that we're the exit liquidity. We don't matter in the market as much as the people with the live orders do, because they put in real bread. We're just putting in 50K. Who knows how much they're putting into this shit. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that I love you guys always. Take care of your mental health. Be safe. Build a better relationship with yourself. Even if you're not religious, just build a better relationship with yourself. Understand your flaws, and it's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy to understand about yourself, because we have a lot of pride. We do. We have a lot of pride in this world. So take care of your mental health. Be safe. Be blessed. And man, love always, man.